Well, good morning. It's finals day. I believe I qualified at a very nice, 28th.
You're my lesson. I had to learn another page.
28th. Definitely not where I should be, but it wasn't my day yesterday. So, as I said at the end of yesterday's vlog, if I'm gonna fly like this, I might as well dress like it. So, for finals day, instead of wearing, a nice sponsored pilot shirt or whatever, we've got our nice little Hawaiian shirt. The thought process is that we're going into today. I did horrible yesterday. Now we're going into brackets. And, you're going up, you're sizing up the other person. Who are you flying against? I'm going to be in such a low bracket that all of my heats are going to be super stacked. No doubt. Lots of good pilots. So, I want them to look at me and be like, oh, he couldn't even finish half his heats yesterday. He couldn't even keep up with my pace or anything. He's not a factor. He can't do what I'm going to do. And I just want him to not take me seriously. And use that to my advantage, because I know I can do it. I just have to. Just got to do it once, get the confidence, and then it's game over. But you lost the guy in the Hawaiian shirt and the mustache? What, are you crazy? No way. I'm not going to lose to that guy. That's what I want. So, that's my take on today. Maybe I'll fly like somebody who deserves to wear an actual sponsored pilot shirt. But until then, I'm going to try and beat as many people in a white linen button-up as I possibly can. But it's been a journey. Like I said, I'm going to be completely transparent with you guys as far as my emotions throughout the day and the weekend. And yesterday you saw me hit a low, so you might see me hit another low today. But what? Am I going to get worse? Am I going to get dead last? Sure. But if I just win, I think if I move on one time, then I improve. So let's just move on one time, and then another time, and then another time. And hey, that's all you can do. See you guys out there.
Have to turn. I got one more message. Always trying to be heard, but you never listen to a word. Heaven knows we came so close, but this ain't real. It's just a dream. Wake me up, I've been fast asleep.
This is round number 2 with me in the bottom right and Pavelos, one of the top qualifiers, in the top left. As you can see, we're right on top of one another going through this hexagonal section, but I was actually able to pull ahead in the lead through the split S section. Pavelos was playing it super smart. He saw me ahead and he let off the gas a little bit. We were just pacing off one another. You see Carbon V is down in 4th. Alex Acra way back down in 3rd. So what should I have done? We should have played it smart. I should have just paced off Pavelos, not worried about it. But what happened? Exactly not that. And I took myself to the loser's bracket like an idiot. I'll fill in more later, but long story short, going into a loser's bracket heat with Pavelos, Marv, and Stickman. So can't wait to do that. I was honestly so sure that I wasn't going to be able to outrun Pavelos and Marv, and my only strategy was to go for the whole shot. It looks like Marv had the same idea. We'll play it back one more time. Sorry for the quality not being the best, but you can see from third-person perspective how hard everyone was going to that first gate. As you see here. We actually ended up having to rerun this heat because Marv's quad obviously caught on fire. This meant it was a safety hazard, so me, Pavelos, and Stickman ran it back with just 3 pilots to move on to the next heat with Marv being out, unfortunately. Now with the rerun of the heat going up, you can see it early midair between Pavelos and Stickman, and I was able to make it through clean, meaning that all that stress from going into that loser's bracket, I survived one more time. Pavelos and Stickman actually ended up doing a race-off, which was super cool on that position to move on. Pavelos ended up moving on, and so him and I on to the next round of the loser's bracket.
Drone 4 done. All pilots are finished.
Trying to get a closer look here at the power loop. I'm very impressed, actually. After that last one, my nerves were completely shot, and then I looked at the next heat. Me, Pavelos, and Chris M. That is the first and second qualifier, now going into a loser's bracket together. And off and away we go. I knew I had to give it everything we had here with my best launch of probably the entire event, getting me ahead of them early on. I was then just pushing, running for my life here, and I got, honestly, a lucky midair. If you look at those bottom 2 screens, they end up hitting here, going up through the ladder, giving me an extra bit of breathing room. I was able to keep on ahead, stay consistent, hold my line, and then they battled it out. Chris M went full speed and actually ends up crashing trying to keep up with Pavelos after that midair. So unlucky, and honestly, just part of the luck of drone racing. Chris M is one of the most deserving pilots at that race and just didn't have luck go his way. He had the midair, and yes, he did push, and yes, he did make the mistake himself, but it could have easily been me, could have easily been Pavelos, and it just wasn't Chris M's day on race day. So I was able to take home the win. Pavelos actually bringing home a comfortable second place, and on to the next one. Thank goodness.
Drone 4 done. Drone 6 done.
Now in race 27, we're getting closer to the finals in every single heat. Me and Pavelos in a battle. I pushed really hard here to stay ahead of him and then made a bobble here in the hexagonal section where he took the lead. This is where I did what I should have been doing the entire weekend in just letting off and flying at my own pace. Let go of the ego. Let go of trying to have a good DVR and just fly. C-Sky goes down, Carbon V goes down shortly after, and I was just running through my laps. I knew that second place was the same as first, and just flying to move on. That's exactly what I did. Pavelos with the first, myself with the second, and we were on to race number 28. One heat closer. At this point, as a note, we are flying back-to-back, which makes it ever more intense.
Drone 3 done.
Trust me, they are engineers.
Where's Nitro? Nitro, why are you causing us this extra work? Watch the bottom 2 screens here of me and Pavelos both having our fastest laps of the entire event, pushing ourselves so hard. We knew Heisenkong, one of the fastest pilots at the event, was in this heat. He ended up going down, but Pavelos and I wanted to separate ourselves from Filippo as well, a very talented pilot from Italy. Pavelos, I believe, putting down a 15.6 and myself a 16.1. At this point, we had a very comfortable lead over Filippo and just kept holding our line. I think I made a pass and then Pavel made a pass. Look, I made a bobble there. I just, at this point, again, need to find the poise. It's okay to make bobbles. That's part of flying. We're all human. I'd rather make a bobble here instead of finals. So I slowed down, found my groove, and just finished, going into race number 29, which is one heat away from finals at race 30. So the pressure's building. The other pilots are watching me and Pavel, working our way through the loser's bracket that we got into so very early on, and us climbing our way through the ladder like this only makes us more scary as competitors.
Drone 7 done. Drone 4 done.
Race 29 was probably one of the most controversial heats of the event. You'll see off the launch there was a midair on the bottom 2 screens between Longcat and Alex Acra, which meant there will be a rerun because of that contact before the first gate. However, In the event of the second rerun, there is a midair. It will not be rerun. And of course, luck is so much a part of drone racing. You'll see the top left screen of Pavelos ends up getting in a midair, and they're not going to rerun it. You'll hear people talking about it. He gets in a rerun. His props are severely damaged, and he's forced to go into it. Unfortunately, his props were too damaged. He ends up going back down, and yeah, we'll skip to the end to see where this is lap number 4 here. I'm in first place. Longcat actually just ahead of Alex Acra in second place. And again, there's so much pressure on this. The first goes to finals and second. So boom, first place. I'm going to finals. Second with all the intensity of Longcat going to finals as well. So much emotion. Going into the first round of Chase the Ace, I wanted to win this one so bad. Myself and Killian were definitely the 2 favorites in this one, and we pushed so hard on this launch. Watch the 2 left screens. Going through this tunnel at nearly full throttle into the corkscrew. We were right on top of one another, but this heat was mine. I was feeling sharp. I was outpacing him, and everything was just clicking right into place. He ended up trying to keep up, trying to hold on over this 4-lap race, and ends up going down here in the tunnel, as well as everyone else. This is really good from a confidence perspective. I was only one to finish. Everyone else had to sit and watch, and that puts fear into the other pilots. But we'll see if that works out. I am now 1 heat win away from a WDC championship. Here in the bottom left screen, I want to get out ahead early and put it down their throats, if you will. And unfortunately, the tunnel put it down mine. You can't see Killian's video, but he ends up getting the win on this one. So I have an ace. He has an ace. I was actually able to get 3rd place in this heat by chasing down Longcat and having Burak go down. Longcat did end up holding me off for that 2nd place position. So I have now a 1st and a 3rd, and Killian now has a 1st. So if either of us win the next one, it's over and we crown a champion. Chase the Ace round 3. I've watched a lot of drone racing, and this is some of the most textbook flying you'll ever see, and really a great competitive clean race. We have me in the bottom left corner out early. Killian made a mistake in the triple corkscrew, and it's a 4-lap race. You have to remember that, and Killian is so good at doing this. Truly just reeling it in 1 lap at a time. I know he's right on me, and I know I need to push, so I'm going to hold him off. I'm going to keep flying my pace. I don't want to outrun him in 1 lap. I need to outrun him over and over again. So I'm trying to find a pace, and here he comes. Let's look at these lap times. I did a 17.7 opener. He did an 18.2. Let's check this next one. Mine, 17.1. He did a 17.2. I pulled away a little bit more. Now we're halfway through the race after 2 laps completed, and Killian is right on me. He's closing the gap, and we still have 1 more lap left to go. Coming through this triangle section, I made a little bit of a bobble. Let's see what my lap time is. It's a 17.6, and he does a 17.2, making up 4/10 on me, and this is the last final lap. One of the most textbook passes I've ever seen in that hexagonal section. I start pushing, and that is where I made the decision. I wanted the win so bad, but is it worth crashing for? I missed the flag. Hold off. Killian deserved the win. He got the win. I got second, and considering the qualifying, considering everything that happened, I have never been more happy with the second. You see us there on the screen, hugging, saying good job to one another, and congratulations to Killian on some of the best flying I've ever seen. I've been a very bad vlogger, as you can obviously tell. Still have my button-up shirt. As you probably saw in the clips just now, I ended up getting second. Not what I expected today. Beginning of the day, after I went in the loser's bracket, all those things, but something just clicked, and I figured it out. And it clicked again, and clicked again, and clicked again, and all the way to finals. And like, some people may say like, why not first? And all these things are upset. Like, I was so close, but I've never been happier for second place in my life. I hit such a low yesterday. I was just hoping to find some ounce of success, and it just kept coming. The experience, the poise that I wanted the whole weekend came at the right time. So it was all worth it at the end of the day. But we're sitting here waiting for the bus now, about to go back, pack up some of our stuff. My shuttle leaves at like 3 a.m., which is not gonna be fun. And then we're gonna go get a nice dinner and all that, so I'm excited, but so pumped to get second. I can't tell you. Yesterday, as you probably saw in the vlog, I was so down. I was so just embarrassed. But turned it around. Second place. Nobody believed me. But I did.
Look at what is he? Nasty ass.
Here! Get it!
Oh my god. Dude, don't bring it over here. I'm allergic. Bring it to the dorms.
I think Chris wants to touch it.
Oh, I really don't want to touch it. No idea what they're capable of.
Nitro, the cat whisperer.
Look at that shit.
That's going in the vlog.
That day at the track.
What a day. This weekend, you truly got taken on the roller coaster of emotions that is drone racing. You know, people ask why I love drone racing so much. You don't get, or I don't get that anywhere else. It's really, really cool. I went from having probably one of the worst weekends of my life. That's sad to say, but really bad weekend to coming back and having a performance I would have been happy with at my highest dreams before I came in with so much confidence. So it was just this roller coaster of never giving up. And like drone racing teaches you such a valuable lesson in you only lose when you give up. Like I wanted to give up so damn bad yesterday and just stayed in it, kept my head up, came in today with a new mindset of it's a new day, anything can happen, it's brackets, it's drone racing. And it worked out. Simple as that. I very easily could have just given up, shriveled up, said, poor me, poor this, which I wanted to do, trust me. But just stayed in, and the results were incredible. It was such an awesome day. I'm sorry I didn't vlog as much as I should have, but to make a long story short, overview of the day, my raw emotions, I went in, and I made it through the first round, and then I lost on the second round by a stupid mistake. Me and Pavel were so far ahead. God, so far ahead. And I crashed trying to race him, being so stupid. I was mad at myself. And then he went out on this rerun. So then we were in the same losers bracket. And then Marv went down, who's obviously an incredible pilot. Then we're all in the same losers bracket, which you saw. And I was just devastated, thinking I'm going to get out after like 3 rounds. It's going to be the worst weekend ever. And I made it past that. And then I go in, maybe a couple more rounds, and it's me, Pavel, and Chris M. It's like, oh, this is it. This is going to be the worst weekend ever. Made it past that. And I just went in with 0 expectations. Seriously, I didn't go, I need to win this. I have to beat this. These people are going to think this. I'm going to think this. It was just, I mean, what? I'm going to lose, and nobody will be surprised at all. And it really genuinely ended up being an advantage. I had my Hawaiian shirt on like I told you guys at the beginning of the day. No expectations, flew like straight out of passion, straight out of love, and really paid off. Obviously, the win was so close, but when I saw Killian pass and I tried to push and I started to make errors, I could have really gone a little harder, but I just, in the back of my mind, told myself, if you made the pass, you earned it, that was really good. It'll only be worse. And if you crash and go down and then somebody like finishes ahead of you, then instead of second, you get third. And I was like, I don't think I deserve first. I really don't. And I took the second, and I was so proud. So it was a really crazy weekend. I'm so glad that you guys got to come along on this journey. And I'll try and do it more often because I want it to be authentic. I want you guys to see how exhilarating drone racing is and how even like top pilots go through the exact same emotional trauma, if you will call it, but also joy and the high that you get from drone racing. So if you're starting out or early on in drone racing and you think that it's just you, watch this weekend playlist. I promise it's not. I had the 28th place out of 32 qualifying yesterday. And quite frankly, I shouldn't qualify there. I shouldn't, but I just couldn't figure it out. But I kept my head up, came back, and treated every day, knew each pack like it was my last. Just had fun, and it really came with the best results. So I really learned a lot about myself and what I need to do to keep performing better, because you try and analyze and you try and this and you try and that, and it just doesn't give you the results. But in reality, if you just do it out of fun and out of passion, you'll just see far, far better results. So I've learned something about me. Hopefully you guys learned something along the way. I'm really excited. Thanks to WDC, STM, and all the crew for putting it on. Thanks you guys for watching. Hopefully I didn't bore you guys too much, and sorry I didn't mix in as much. I'm not a good vlogger yet. Maybe I never will be, but thanks for watching. And I guess the next big race is IO, so look out for an awesome 1 week of vlogs from IO. Maybe I'll have a nicer camera. Who knows? We'll see how I'm feeling. But thanks for watching, guys. And if I have to leave on one note, the biggest thing I learned this weekend is you only lose when you give up. So just try again. So have a good one, guys. Keep drone racing, having fun, and I hope you enjoyed.